The morning sun rises over Ramallah, washing the city's sandstone buildings in a warm golden hue. From the rooftop of the Palestine Liberation Organization headquarters, a soft wind stirs, and one by one, the flags begin to move. Red, white, blue, green, dozens of national colours flutter above the courtyard, their fabric rippling gently against the clear West Bank sky. Today, each of these flags carries a message. They belong to the countries that have officially recognised the State of Palestine. And for the PLO, this display is more than symbolic. It is a declaration of gratitude and a quiet assertion of legitimacy, a reminder to the world that, despite decades of struggle, the Palestinian cause still stands, visible and unwavering. As the camera pans across the mural draped on the building's facade, viewers can see a cascade of emblems, Latin American banners beside European tricolours, the green crescent of Islamic nations alongside African stripes and Asian insignias. Beneath them, in block letters and painted strokes, the word "thank you" appears in dozens of languages: Arabic, English, Spanish, French, Russian, Chinese, Hindi. The phrase repeats like an echo across the wall, a chorus of appreciation to those nations that chose recognition over hesitation. Inside the courtyard, officials and foreign ambassadors gather in quiet conversation. The air is formal but not tense. Instead, it carries the dignified calm of a moment long awaited. Men and women in suits stand shoulder to shoulder, murmuring greetings as photographers prepare their lenses. The Palestinian national anthem begins to play, a familiar melody that rises through the open square, carried by wind and emotion. Some place their hands on their hearts, others simply close their eyes. At the centre of it all stands the Palestinian Foreign Minister, Varsen Aghabekian Shahin, composed, reflective and resolute. When she steps to the microphone, the crowd falls silent. Her words are deliberate, her tone steady, but the sentiment beneath them is deeply personal. It's a gratitude, she says, showing them our gratitude for the recognition, because this recognition is extremely important, and we are garnering the support of all countries that have not recognised yet to also recognise it. Her statement, calm, almost understated, captures the essence of the day. It is not a rally, not a protest, not even a press conference in the traditional sense. It is, instead, an act of acknowledgement, a diplomatic thank you in the language of symbols. Each flag represents a relationship, a decision, a moment in history when a government somewhere in the world said, "Yes, we see you." Behind Shahin, the PLO building itself tells a story. Its walls, adorned with murals and historical portraits, stand as a silent witness to decades of negotiations, setbacks, and aspirations. Since its establishment in 1964, the Palestine Liberation Organization has served as the political embodiment of Palestinian national identity, an institution born in exile, tested through conflict, and now anchored in Ramallah, the de facto capital of the Palestinian Authority. For decades, recognition of Palestine has been a diplomatic battleground, a slow, painstaking process shaped by international politics and regional tensions. More than 140 of the United Nations' 193 member states now recognize Palestine as a sovereign state. But key powers, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, and most Western allies, have yet to extend full recognition. That imbalance has left Palestine in a grey zone, acknowledged by many, endorsed by some, but still denied by those whose influence shapes global consensus. This event, then, is not merely a ceremonial gesture. It is a message of persistence. A way of saying, even without full recognition, the Palestinian identity will not vanish. The flags on the PLO facade are both symbols of solidarity and silent appeals for others to follow. The camera tilts upward again, showing the flags stretching in the breeze, dozens of them vivid against the cloudless blue. In that panorama, each colour seems to carry its own history: the red and yellow of Spain, the green and white of Algeria, the deep red of Chile, the tricolour of Ireland, all countries that have, at different times and for different reasons, cast their vote for Palestine's right to statehood. Among the gathered diplomats, conversations unfold quietly. Some exchange notes about upcoming UN resolutions. Others speak of humanitarian coordination and trade partnerships. The atmosphere is courteous, a reflection of the delicate balance between symbolism and realpolitik. In international diplomacy, recognition is never a mere signature. It is a calculation, an act that can carry both moral weight and political consequence. For Ramallah, today's ceremony is also a reminder of what recognition cannot yet achieve. The occupation persists. Borders remain contested. Jerusalem's status remains unresolved. Gaza, just 80 kilometers away, still lives under blockade and ruins. Yet within that reality, moments like this one serve as reminders that international legitimacy, once denied, continues to grow in increments, flag by flag, word by word. The camera captures a close-up of the thank you mural. The words shimmer faintly under sunlight, painted in different scripts: Arabic calligraphy, Cyrillic characters, Latin alphabets, Asian ideograms. Together they form a mosaic of gratitude, a linguistic mirror of the global map of recognition. The PLO's decision to display these flags publicly carries deeper meaning. It is, in part, a response to a recent surge in global movements toward Palestinian recognition. In the past year, several European nations, including Ireland, Spain, Norway and Slovenia, formally recognized the State of Palestine, joining much of the Global South in doing so. Each of those announcements was met with applause in Ramallah, where officials saw in them the gradual erosion of a diplomatic blockade that had long constrained their cause. In her speech, Minister Shahin alludes to that momentum. Her voice remains calm, but her words suggest optimism. We are garnering the support of all countries that have not recognized yet to also recognize, she says. Behind the phrasing lies a strategy, one that blends moral appeal with political persuasion. The PLO knows that recognition is not only about symbols, but about influence, trade, aid, and diplomatic leverage. As the ceremony continues, officials and ambassadors line up along the building's main facade. Some take photographs, others exchange formal handshakes. A Palestinian youth choir performs briefly, their voices blending in harmony with the hum of distant traffic. Flags wave steadily above them, their movement rhythmic, almost choreographed by the afternoon wind. Throughout Ramallah, news of the event spreads quickly. Local television channels broadcast live feeds. Social media platforms carry images of the flags across timelines and headlines. For many Palestinians, these visuals hold emotional weight, not as propaganda, but as affirmation. In a region where political stagnation often overshadows hope, the sight of so many flags above the PLO headquarters signals continuity, that the struggle, though slowed, has not been forgotten. In nearby cafes and markets, conversations reflect that sentiment. Every flag is a step, says a shopkeeper in central Ramallah, watching the live broadcast on a small television behind his counter. It shows that someone, somewhere, still believes in our right to exist. For the international observers present, the event also carries geopolitical nuance. Recognition of Palestine remains one of the most contested diplomatic acts in modern foreign policy. For some countries, it represents a commitment to international law and the two-state solution. For others, it risks tension with Israel or with Western allies. Yet the gradual shift in global opinion suggests that the moral argument is beginning to outweigh the political hesitation. The flags now shimmer under the afternoon light. The sun has climbed high, casting sharp shadows across the marble plaza. The camera pans across the courtyard once more. Palestinian officials, foreign envoys and reporters clustered beneath the towering banners. The sound of distant applause fades as the anthem concludes. A sense of quiet pride lingers in the air. For the PLO, moments like these are part of a broader diplomatic choreography, a strategy to keep Palestine visible in a world often distracted by shifting crises. In the absence of breakthroughs on the ground, visibility becomes its own form of resistance. Every event, every flag raising, every speech serves as a reminder that the quest for recognition continues, anchored in dignity rather than despair. Foreign Minister Shahin remains at the podium, greeting ambassadors as they approach. Her demeanour, poised, gracious and firm, reflects the careful balance of diplomacy. She thanks them one by one, acknowledging each nation's contribution to the growing chorus of recognition. Cameras capture the handshakes, the smiles, the brief exchanges. Every gesture matters. Every image becomes part of the archive, evidence of solidarity in a long and unfinished story. As the event draws to a close, the Palestinian national anthem plays once more. The camera tilts upward, capturing the flags in motion, vibrant against the fading light. The breeze strengthens, causing the banners to ripple in unison, a tapestry of colours and emblems. Beneath them, the mural's multilingual "thank you" glows softly, illuminated by the setting sun. For many watching, the symbolism is unmistakable. Each flag stands not only for a country, but for a vote, a choice to recognise a people's right to self-determination. In the complex landscape of Middle Eastern diplomacy, such gestures may seem small. Yet for those who have lived under occupation, each gesture carries immense emotional weight. In the closing moments of the broadcast, the camera holds on a long, sweeping shot of the PLO headquarters, the flags above, the people below, the hum of the anthem fading into the distance. It's a quiet image, but a powerful one. For the Palestinian leadership, it is both a message and a promise that recognition, once given, will not be forgotten, and that the campaign for those who have yet to recognise will continue patiently, persistently, and with gratitude. And as the sun sets over Ramallah, the flags remain, a skyline of solidarity, fluttering in the evening wind, reminding the world that the dream of statehood still flies high above the heart of Palestine.